Sister Thea was not this sweet little nun.
She was a lightning rod, a strong, charismatic woman.
She was no pushover. She was the real thing, and everybody knew that.
She was a woman that had a spine.
Thea was definitely a prophet, and she was definitely a preacher.
She would often say, "Let me tell you the true truth." And whenever she said the true truth, you know you were going to get a piece of her mind.
Repeat after me. Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful.
If I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living will not be in vain.
Examine yourself to say, what did I do today to make a difference?
She came from the South. She converted to Roman Catholicism. She entered a pre-Vatican II religious life.
Dr. Bowman said to Thea, "They're not going to like you up there." And she says, "Daddy, I'm going to make them like me."
I am going to be a Catholic sister, no matter what it takes.
She was so much fun. She had a magnetic personality.
My Lord, what a morning! Good morning, class.
Thea didn't go to religious life to find God. God led Thea there.
She sang this song, "Done made my vow to the Lord, and I'll never turn back." That was her life.
When she put her hand to the plow, she never looked back, and that fire burned in her.
See what the end will be.
Jesus said, love one another as I have loved you. It's the love that lays down its life, not necessarily by being a martyr, but by service, by giving. That's the example Jesus showed us.
She lived out her Franciscan identity, identifying with the least of God's children and telling them how precious they were.
She loved everybody. She loved everybody. And she wanted everybody to treat each other like we are brothers and sisters.
She would always tell us, you are somebody's child, you God's child.
He's naming the apostles. He's calling them disciples. He said, I want you, I want you, I want you, I want all of you.
She was the intersection of Black religion and the arts. She could sing it, she could dance it.
How shall I send thee?
She was born in a Black Christian tradition.
10 for the 10 cost, man, so 9 for the 9, all dressed so fine.
And she knew what performance meant.
To accompany Sister Thea, you had to be the Energizer Bunny. She said, just follow me. When I start, you start.
Thea had a world-class voice. She could have performed in art song or opera.
Thea was diagnosed with cancer in 1984.
One thing I have asked of the Lord in my illness, I want to live until I die. I want to live fully. I want to love. I want to laugh. I want to help somebody.
I said, you're not supposed to make jokes when you're dying. She said, I didn't know that. I never died before.
I said, Thea, I wish that I could take your pain away for just one day. And she said, Flonzie, you don't want no part of this.
In 1989, at Seton Hall in New Jersey, Sister Thea spoke to the bishops.
It was within a year of her death, and you could see it in her face.
She said, I bring my whole self. That doesn't scare you, does it?
Oh, y'all get up.
Now, Bishop, I'm gonna ask y'all to do something. Cross your right hand over your left hand. You gotta move together to do that.
There wasn't one bishop that refused to stand or did not sing. It would be a sign of her spiritual authority.
Today, if she was alive and had the strength to do it, you would have found Sister Thea on the streets of Ferguson. You would have found Sister Thea in Baltimore, in Cincinnati.
Thea would be at the head of the line, leading the parade.
She would say, honey, I'm one of the mothers of Black Lives Matter. Whether as African Americans or as white Americans, she called out the best in us.
I've known Thea Bowman to be a prophet, and sometimes prophets are recognized as saints.
She's the perfect person to be named a saint for us.
How do you define a saint? If Thea was sitting here, I would think she would just laugh.
A saint is not something that belongs to the 12th century or the 16th century. It belongs to us right now.
Our world and our church needs her voice.
We'll raise the roof up in celebration, celebrating Saint Thea Bowman.
Children, the truth says, I'm not gonna die, honey. I'm going home like a shooting star.